Alright, welcome back. We are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Yesterday we started getting the transition for the scenes working, so it's like once we walk in here, it'll do it like a transition and come back out and we'll be in the new place. But right now I'm manually triggering the transition, and we want to add one more aspect of the fade. So we want not only do the curtains come in, but I want it to fade to dark as the curtains come in, and then fade the dark to nothing when they open back up. So we're gonna see if we can get that done fairly easily. It's probably all I'm gonna do. It's just, you know, late and not going to be programming too much, so let's try to get it working. So what we need is a value to trigger the opacity for the fade here. So right here we have a fade transition speed that we can use for the timing aspect of it. I guess we can do, let me think. It would make sense to me that we would take the same amount of time to do the fade that it does for the transition. So we just need to take a value from 0 to 255 and make sure we're setting a rectangle to be the full virtual screen width and height, and the alpha channel gets the value that we're going to be working with here. So let's go give ourselves this value, and it'll be called fade alpha, transition fade alpha. I don't know, alpha for the alpha channel, and it'll be 0 because we start fully visible, and then by the time it's fully opaque, it'll be black. So that's what we're going to try here. So what we want to do is we want to set the color not to black, but we want to essentially, oh, and here this would be transition fade, or transition true fade. I don't know. What do we call it? Black fade? Okay. So let's just get the rectangle working. Yeah, my stream is crapping out. I'm sorry. We want 0, 0, top left, width of virtual height, or width of virtual width, height of virtual height. So if we do a Love.graphics set color and we give it something bright so we can see, we should see full red all over it. Nice. So what we want to do is not set it to red, but we want to set it to black. So we'll put the values for, this is actually for white. Yeah, 0 would be black here. And then the alpha right here. So we're going to be plopping in the value of what? Transition fade alpha over 255. So it'll be 0. So if we do this right here, it should look fine. Yeah, nothing wrong. We can trigger that, but we need to increase this value from 0 to 255 over the course of the transition speed. Yeah, I don't know why my stream is crapping out. It is very bad. I know, K-Tronics, and we're crapping out on stream. It is very bad. Okay, I mean, I don't know what else I can do. We're plugged in Ethernet. I pay for the best internet I can. I don't know what I can do. I could try resetting the router, but we're already recording. I don't know. We'll see. It looks so bad, so bad. Whatever. Okay. So we need this transition fade alpha to go up to 255, which would be fully opaque. And we have the color set to black. So let's once we trigger a scene transition, like here, once we trigger the starting scene transition, we want to increment our transition fade alpha. So we'll say transition fade alpha gets, and we'll say math.min, and we'll give two values. We'll give either the transition fade alpha plus the fade transition speed scaled by delta time, and then the topmost value, since it's a math.min, we pass in, oh my goodness, what I do? What did I just do? 255 is the max value that we want for this. Man, I don't know what's going on with the stream. I don't know. Sorry, y'all. It is very bad. I don't know what to try differently. I don't know what to try different. Sorry. So we need to put delta time in here. Okay, so if we trigger a scene transition, we're gonna do this, which is just take transition fade alpha and increase it by the transition speed. So over the course of a second. And this is weird because this is actually, yeah, this isn't probably the same value we're looking for, because the fade transition speed is like how soon it finishes fading, but that has nothing to do with 255. So we'll have to see what that looks like. But let's just see what it looks like if we run it and try to initiate the scene transition. It did start to work. It needs to be faster. So let's just say that this is maybe times 4 just to see. We'll probably just need a whole nother constant in there. Wow, the stream is just, oh yeah. Yeah, that looked okay actually. So let's say that fade transition speed times 4 is the new constant. Dude, what is going on with the internet? It's plugged in. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. So I'll just record. It'll be on YouTube. I don't know what else to do. And then if we're on the finish scene transition toggle, we need to do the opposite, which is to shrink it. So we will take the alpha and we'll fade it back to transparent. And we'll put a 0 there for the math.max, and then maybe that will do it. Let's see. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it might be a little too fast. It like fades to black just before it's done closing the curtains. So I want to put a slower number in here and see if it looks a little closer to what I want. That looks pretty smooth. I like that. Yeah, I really like that. I think that's exactly what I wanted. So like, I think the closing of the curtain could be a little faster. So maybe the speed, what we would do, 200, that should be faster. Okay, and then we'll make this a little faster too. I think a little faster. Because we kind of want it, I want it to be like faded black by the time the curtains are closed. That looks pretty close. Yeah, that looks, I think that's it. That looks good. Okay. All right. I think that might be all we're doing tonight. The stream is crapping out. I will restart the router, and hopefully tomorrow is smoother. But we've got our transition working, which is cool. I was basically a zombie all day today. I just needed a break to just lay in bed and watch movies. So I needed that, and tomorrow is probably going to be something similar. I'm just exhausted, so here we go. Let's do we will add, well, first I'm going to check, make sure we didn't change anything weird. Yeah, all we did was just add the transition black fade. That looks good. So we'll call this just added fade to black. Okay. Sweet. So yeah, I'll call it a night. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing. We'll actually be turning it so that now the game. Now that we have this little scene transition, we can probably change it so it's not just in the play state. We might give a class for it, but the goal is, if we walk into a place, you know, if we have a collision detection for like inside the cabin, that we would trigger the scene transition, which would close it. Once it's closed, we would load up our new map to wherever we decided to be placed in, like the inside of a tavern or whatever, and then to open the scene and bring us back in there, because we have our otherworld map now. So we have our global map over here, and then everything over here is the otherworld map. So we can put, you know, dungeons or inside of cabins and stuff in any of these screens, and if they are walkable, we can do the walking transitions. Our game handles that perfectly already. So we should be able to figure out a way to pick which scene we want to transition to, and then have these triggers so that we can effectively walk around to warp to different spots in our game. So that should be fun. That'll be in the next day. So we'll work on that starting tomorrow, and then it shouldn't take too long. I mean, you know, famous last words, but I don't think it'll be that difficult. I think the most difficult thing is going to be how to kind of factor out our scene transition, and how do we trigger our collision for certain other scenes. Like, how do we say, oh, if you collide on this scene with this collider, load us into the otherworld map 2-2, which is our tavern space, or whatever that looks like. Like, that's going to be the toughest part, I think. But other than that, the game just works once we give it a current scene from our global map table. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. It's coming along. Yeah. Okay, sweet. I mean, sorry for the crappy stream tonight. I'll crash in every 2 seconds, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We'll raid out here. Let's see. You know, we'll raid out to Prosto, see what he's up to. Because he's a cool dude making another Lua game, so we'll say what's up. Hopefully he's doing good. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. I'll reset my router. Hopefully we get some stable stream. So sorry for the crappiness tonight. Oh, I forgot. We can't raid Prosto. He's got it turned off. We'll raid Hypnotic because he's on. Like always. Hypnotic games. Alright. Well, hey, sorry for the crappy stream tonight, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow with hopefully stable internet. We can hope, at least.